beautiful day in Denver, Colorado. I wanted to welcome you back to another topic, one of my favorite topics to discuss that I polled you guys, asked you what you wanted to learn a little bit about this past Monday. And thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys checking us out and learning a little bit about how to build lean muscle by getting the proper protein. Now, there are so many choices out. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. There are so many choices out there that we can become overwhelmed with what's the right move for me. What's the best thing for me to eat in order to build lean muscle mass? What do we know about lean muscle mass? Well, it helps us burn fat. The higher lean muscle mass we have in our body, the quicker it's going to be to burn that body fat that we want to get rid of, if that's our goal. Other people's goals could be to straight up add lean muscle mass. I know that a few people that are tuning in, if you haven't checked out Michael's success story, please do so soon. This guy has killed it adding lean muscle mass. And I personally want to give him a shout out for all of the accomplishment that he's made in the past short while of just smoking his goals. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Marco, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. If you would be so kind, share the video down there at the bottom of the screen. Please invite your friends to tune in. We are talking about how to build lean muscle mass with the proper protein. So first of all, let's talk about, yeah, that's right, man. Let's talk about portion size. I like to use the size of my hand to help judge how much protein I need per meal. So I'll give you a few quick hints and tips on how to judge. That's right, an amazing 55 pounds of muscle mass gained from Michael. That's incredible. Check him out if you guys haven't. Hey Steph, thanks for tuning in. We'll get him next week, I promise. So for protein per meal, we want to get lean protein at each and every single meal that we have every day. That doesn't necessarily include your snacks. 3 meals a day, 2 or 3 extra snacks per day is fine. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about eating real food all day long. But the size of our palm, that's a protein portion. For the ladies tuning in, one of these portions per meal. For the gentlemen, guess what? 2 portions of our palm, 135 pounds to 190 pounds. That is incredible. Michael, here's what I want to do. I want to set up a one-on-one phone call with you, man. And I want to hear personally, between you and I, let's jump on the phone and let's talk about how you did it. Because I want to learn your secret, brother. So that we can help impact more lives. That's what we're here to do. So check out my calendar at daveglazer.com. And, you know, if it's good with your schedule, go ahead and book. Let's jump on the phone for like half an hour sometime soon. All right, so back to protein. 1 for the ladies, 2 for the guys. All right? Carbohydrates. We'll talk about this soon, I promise. Carbohydrates. We're going to have a cupped handful. You know, it can be a little bit rounded on the top. We're not here to talk about carbohydrates, but I don't want to skip that because it's important. And then fats per meal. We're going to talk about our thumb. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. For the ladies, 1 thumb size portion of fat per meal. So if you need that to be avocados or unsalted nuts, go right ahead. We love to cook with coconut oil here in the LearnToMealPrep.com kitchen. And coconut oil is an excellent way to cook healthy while getting fats in. So all the information that we're talking about comes from this certification. I've had this for about 2 years from Precision Nutrition, and we're talking about the content that's in this book. Phenomenal information. And that's where we get this hand portion size guide that you guys can take with you anywhere you go. Here, you know, it's an easy way to judge how much lean protein per meal. However, that's not where we need to stop. Hey Zach, thanks for tuning in, brother. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Let's hit it. Let's hit it hard. For each and every person, body type, goals is different. So we need to talk a little bit kind of one-on-one. You know, Michael's goals may be different than Aaron's goals or Megan's goals or Stephanie's goals. You know, each and every person is different, but they can be categorized in about 3 different ways. And their goals can range from one end of the spectrum of adding lean muscle mass while keeping our body composition low, to the other end of the spectrum where our number one goal is to lose body fat, especially around the abdomen, the central region, and the back. So if any one of those two sound familiar, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that love button. We'd love to hear that we have a few of those people on the call, on the Facebook Live right now. Just hit those thumb marks. Anyways, and then dead center here in the middle, there's one. Love it, thank you. And then right there in the middle, you may want to maintain, thank you Megan, appreciate it. You may want to maintain where you're at, however, improve your sports performance. Thank you, Heather, appreciate it. You may want to improve your sports performance, and that is another separate goal from the other two. So based on these 3 body types, I always walk my clients through. Every time that we talk about assessments, every time that we redo assessments every 90 days or so, we talk about these 3 body types. Boom. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So those are the spectrum that we've been talking about. And then this next page, this is probably the most frequent page that I use out of this entire book. I'm not a doctor, but you know what? If I didn't have this resource, I wouldn't be able to coach my clients as well as we've been able to do for the past 4 years. So I'm going to get this up nice and close. I also have a copy of this, so if you want a copy for yourself, I'll send it to you, but I need you to comment in the section below. Comment below, Dave, send me my macronutrient guide. And that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about these macronutrients in the right-hand column here. 4 are people out there that want to add lean muscle mass. Somebody like Michael. This is probably how he got there. You know, we want to add lean muscle mass, gain muscle strength and size, especially in the limbs. That's a common... Oh, thank you, Megan. Yes, I will absolutely get you your guide. Let me click like. I'm going to return the like. Gain muscle strength and size, especially in the limbs. Our protein per day should be 25% of our diet. Well, that doesn't sound like enough, Dave. But if it's lean sources, then you're going to be getting enough in your diet in order to add that muscle strength and size, especially in your limbs. The rest of our diet, 55% carbohydrates, and the remainder at 20% fat. Well, that's kind of a head scratcher, right? But we have to put faith in the fact that the nutrition research out there is dead on. When I have clients do this program, we see their lean muscle mass go up. You know, last September we do an annual client challenge for a full month. Last September, hey Lyle, thanks for tuning in, brother, appreciate it. Last September we had 2 gentlemen who were all on board. They worked so much harder than I could have hoped for them to work. And we added 2.5 pounds of lean muscle mass while losing body fat. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, you're right, Stephanie. 55% carbs. Are you crazy, Dave? We're not talking bread. We're not talking pasta. We're talking about good, healthy carbs. And we're not talking about forever either. So these are our macronutrient breakdowns for that goal specifically. Yes, that's right, Marco. Yeah, keep throwing out those comments. Marco, does that mean you want your copy of this macronutrient breakdown? Because I like the flexing arms, but I need you to say it out loud. Send me my copy right now. Cool? All right. And then that person for right in the middle, somebody who wants to continue to build muscle mass while maintaining low body fat percentage. That's who we're going to talk about next. Thanks. Thank you, Marco. A resounding yes. Continue to build lean muscle mass while maintaining low body fat percentage. Is that you, Marco? I thought so. So protein is going to be 30% of our nutrition each and every day in this particular case. Breaking down the carbohydrates to 40% and then the remainder being fat at 30%. Stephanie, That's an awesome idea, and I love the fact that you're asking me for this right now, because is this a request? Is this a request for next Wednesday night's topic of conversation? Let me hear you say it, Steph. Comment below, yes, Dave, this is what we want to talk about next week, but I still have to put it out to your vote. The votes are going to decide next week. Is it carbs, or is it another wild card topic that we're going to have to choose between? So, more thumbs up, the more fun we have. Make sense so far? So based on these palm-sized protein, hey Ashley, thanks for tuning in. Based on these portion sizes of lean protein per meal, this is how we're going to get there. And then finally, our last goal, lose body fat, especially in the central region. This is probably the most common goal that we hear. Thanks, Megan. Yeah, carbs are a hot topic. There might even be a video already on YouTube of me discussing carbohydrates. So if you haven't yet checked out the Fit Life Champions YouTube channel, awesome content on that YouTube channel, completely free. Head on over there and subscribe, because when I upload new videos, then you'll get alerted that we've got new things to talk about. So finally, lose body fat, especially in the central region. 35% of our diet is going to be protein. Now, travel back in time to when we talked about adding lean muscle mass allows us to burn the adipose tissue in our body. It actually allows us to make that transformation even more to our liking, and at that pace that we want to go. We want to get to our goals quickly and safely, and that's what these macronutrients are going to help us do. Boom, you hit that 35% protein every single day during our coaching phase when we're working on this particular goal to lose fat, especially in the central region. Then we're going to have to hit those proteins every single day by using those portion sizes per meal. All right, so if you have any questions as a follow-up, I know Stephanie, you're just like burning to ask me so many questions about carbohydrates. Stay tuned for a further video series. And that poll question too, you want to make sure that the topics that are hot and things that you want to learn about are getting talked about here on Facebook Live. So thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, I've already given instructions on how to book a phone call with me, daveglazer.com. The calendar is available there. And then our schedule is available to book more time with me, complimentary transformation session. Head on over to fitlifechampions.com and book a complimentary transformation session to get your specific goals addressed by a trainer at Fit Life, complimentary. Thanks guys for tuning in. I appreciate you.